and you can attest to the next one. Sky, I lost my mum in 2015, and that was really challenging. That's the hardest thing I've had to go through. Football clubs are wonderful places to be able to heal because you're supported and surrounded by people that care about you internally, and then externally you've got a lot of support as well through friends and just supporters of the game. So yeah, that was bloody tough. It took me a good couple of years to just to find my feet again. In that time, I got married and had a kid, and that certainly, or our first child, that certainly helped. Because I'm from a big family. Family is very important to me, and obviously my wife Emma. So it was wonderful to grow a family, but at the same time, I was still in the back of my mind. I was still sort of grieving the passing of my mother, who I was very close with. Still to this day, often I enjoy talking about that experience and mum, because it's a good opportunity to reflect. I certainly miss her and wish she was here for big occasions that I've been through since losing her, getting married, children, just the day-to-day successes that she would, off the field, but then also on the field, that she would have really enjoyed. So, yeah, there's been a lot of things that haven't travelled our way, but they've been wonderful learning experiences.
It's probably worth sharing. From, I don't know if you know this, Dan, but so I lost my old man. Probably pretty similar circumstances to Tommy, and really I can resonate exactly how you feel and Hawk, or felt at the time. You lose your way a little bit. Lost dad at I can't really remember, 2011, 2012, somewhere there, and quite close with him, very close with him, and it just shakes you up a bit. Do you think footy helped or hindered? My reflection personally, and you go next, but I probably came back to footy very quickly, and it was a bit of a sanctuary for me, and loved being around the boys, but I probably didn't deal or cope with losing a parent like I should have. So my reflections are, I don't know, you live and you learn, don't you? But what did you feel? How did footy help that situation for you?
Well, it's ironic that you say that, because if I had my time again, and I know both my parents, my dad and my mum, love seeing me play football, because it's something that I love. But I lost mum on the Friday night. Geelong played the Gold Coast on the Saturday. I didn't play, the late withdrawal. The next couple of days were in Geelong, as mum was up there in hospital, and then we went home. We had mum's funeral on the Wednesday, and then I came back and we played North on the Saturday. So I was thinking I was doing the right thing, but in reflection, it would have been nice to have a bit of time. I mean, the football club would have been more than understanding, like most workplaces, but I think I came back to the game probably a bit too soon. Because probably 2 or 3 weeks later, that was a hard period where it was almost like mum was gone, but everyone else sort of moved on, and selfishly, like, I was trying to still I still wanted her to be relevant in like she was in my thinking, but I was thinking everyone else will forget her and they've moved on, and that happens because life moves on. But I certainly, if I had my time again, given the chance, I'd probably take a bit more time away, just to spend with family, and I suppose grieve in a different way. But yeah, that's how I dealt with it. I since going through it, there's been a couple of players that have lost parents along the way, and I've the first year or two actually wrote them a letter. Somehow got in contact with them and wrote them letters just to say that it's important to take time if you need it. It's sort of fallen by the wayside since, but it is important to just to have your time, because I think I just came back too early. I mean, yeah, I certainly wasn't ready to play the next week, that's for sure.
What does that sort of support look like from a club? Are they saying, if you're putting your hand up to jump back in the team, are they sort of saying, hey, like, do you need some more time, or are they just like, cool, man, whatever you want to do, it's your call?
Yeah, I think from memory it was very much the latter. It was my decision, my call, but yeah, I hadn't been playing super well anyway. I'd come off the back of a pretty good year the year before, but yeah, I don't know. I thought, I love footy, and it'll be nice. It'll be good to get back and just almost just see everyone and let just sort of almost get that awkwardness back from out of the way from everyone else, because it's hard for me, but it's also hard for everyone else too, to a degree, as teammates. So look, they were wonderful from memory, but yeah, I should have just taken a bit more time off.
When Dad passed away, it's remarkable how similar our stories are, Hawk. Dad passed away on a Tuesday. We played Hawthorn on the Friday night, and I played. Can't remember the game. We won. We beat Hawthorn, and they were going well at the time. So it was just a big win. And flew home. Had the funeral the start of that week, and then we were playing in Melbourne the following week. I actually trained with the Falcons down at the Mick Turner Footy Factory. I'm sure I would have trained with some lads that are playing today. I don't quite remember the crop of AFL players that were down there, but I trained with them. Training went for about 3.5 hours. There was no sports scientist down there. I had about 1,000 kicks, and I was just, it was just it was like I think it was a day after the funeral. I was running around sweating, just trying to sweat something out, and I played against Richmond the following week. I punched Jack Rewalt behind the play. I punched him so hard he instantly vomited. He had a projectile vomit as soon as I hit him, and I got 3 weeks. So the same as Hawk. It's funny. It's honestly funny talking about it, because I wasn't ready to be playing. I'm punching blokes. It was literally 100 meters off the ground, off the ball, and I had my reason for doing it anyway. But no, shit happens, and yeah, just on reflection, it's like there's no way I was ready to play after losing a parent, and I'm sure you probably felt the same way, Hawk.
So you were training with the Falcons just because you were in Melbourne?
Yeah. Well, instead of you can't just roll into another AFL game without training, and I didn't want to train by myself, so I got in contact with Mick Turner. He said, "Yeah, come down." So yeah, it was. I reckon it would have been one of the only players to have trained with a TAC Cup side during the week and then played in the AFL in the weekend after. Yeah. I trained with Finley on the Tuesday, so same thing. There you go. Finley on the Tuesday. What's the oval like in Finley?
We didn't go for 3 hours.
A couple of beers after training.
Talking. Yeah, exactly. So I think training might have gone for 40 minutes max. But
couple of stretches.
Yeah, it was fun.
Couple of circle works.
Yeah, that's it. Dude, I think we did 2 drills for maybe 20 minutes each, circle work and lane kicking. But that was cool. I mean, it was that was nice to do. I got a great connection with the footy club at home. It does feel like home. It's nostalgic going back there, as I'm sure you felt when you went back to the Falcons. It's pretty cool to be able to even do the simple things like that you don't get to do when you play in the system. But I actually asked the footy manager the question because we've had a couple of our Irish listed players that have gone back and played Gaelic games in the off season. I asked him if I'd have not played the North Melbourne game the following week, could I have actually got a transfer and played for Finley?
Legally played.
Legally. I think I could have, was a response, but whether or not they would have let me, because I had a heap of cousins playing as well, and yeah,
wow,
I would have loved that.
That would have been a story.
that would be my highlight over the high jump outside of playing AFL.
How many goals would you kick playing for Finley, do you think? It'd be tough work. It'd still be tough.
Yeah.
Oh, because everyone would want to stop you.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not like traditionally in all levels of football. I'm not a big goal kicker. 7's the most I've ever kicked in a game, and that's at AFL level. Even in juniors, so I don't know. Maybe if I could get double
digits,
that's unbelievable.
Have the crowd rush the oval.